Welcome back to another episode of American Garage TV. We're here at Jim's Speed Shop, and today we're working on the 64 Fairlane. And what we're going to do right over here, we've got some leads brake upgrade. It's going to give us disc brakes up in front. We're going to maintain and rebuild the drums in front. This is not going to be power. It's not power assisted. It is a dual reservoir though, which is nice considering that technology. It's one reservoir, all four corners. One of the corners of the slave cylinders are called right behind the wheel, which is what actually spreads your brake shoe out. If one of those goes bad, you're out of brakes, man. You better rely on it. This one has the hand brake. That was Ford back, so you had to be muscle bound back in the day. And then we've got from our friends, hey Van, if you're watching, CPP, Classic Performance Products. It is an upgrade suspension kit to do away with this old system, which was found on Fairlanes, Falcons, Mustangs, Comets. Again, this is 1964 technology, and it goes back further than that, back in the 60, 61, or maybe back in the late 50s. Don't quote me on that. You can look that up. You got Google, so don't hold that against me. But anyways, we're going to take this out, and we're going to put this in. Stay tuned. All right, we're going to start off first by removing these hubcaps and removing the tire. Hold that for me, Frisbee. Alright. Hey, arms for the poor, sir. Alright. Look at that. We just happened to get the right one, huh? That's power. Pardon me, Rusty, will you please fetch me my wheaties so I can pull this tire off the hub? Alright. Whoa! Alright. We're going to reuse those. So all this is going to be going, okay? We'll go ahead and remove that other tire and we'll start disassembling all this stuff. Go grab a snack or a beer or a cold one. We'll catch right up with you. Check this out. This is called the conical, okay? They're usually about 45 to 60 degrees, and this recess in here is for the conical. Some knucklehead had it on backwards. Oh, no. Jesus. 1 love, 2 and 3. All right. So I'm just doing a visual inspection. Again, this whole assembly was bye-bye. And I'm looking over here. This is original rubber. See how that popped out? That cracked? Okay, that's your bushing for your sway bar. So you have no sway bar. See how that's hitting there and just rubbing over time? You don't want that. Technically, what they should do is just cut a little more off there and lift them up. Stuff like this, you don't want that. That's just breakage accidents waiting to happen down the road. And yeah, that's going to cut through like a butter knife, but it will eventually wear that out slowly over time. But again, all this is going, and we'll show you. We're going to have a lot of fun taking out those struts. So we got a couple new special tools, actually 3 of them, but one's a Pearson strut machine over there. We're not going to get that in this up in here, but we're going to collapse those along the way, and we're going to rip all this out. So don't you run. Right now we're going to get started removing this hub. Oh no, we got an easier way. Start by removing the crease cap. We do the same thing to the other side. They sell these, you just have to get the right dimension. You're gonna have to put these greasy things on. There we are, remove the cotter pin. Bend this back. Get on there. Remove the locking clip. And then the nut. Torsion nut. Hopefully there's not a big lip on the back, because if there is, it just kind of wants to lock itself on there. "27 revolutions later." All right. Yep, there we go. That's the outers, and then here. Yeah, just turn this, and she's off. There you go. We'll just set this aside. And then we're going to basically remove all this stuff. So I'm going to go get a gun, some sockets. Going to remove the sway bar, the upper brackets, all this stuff is going. And this later we're going to show you. We've got a tool. Hopefully it fits in here, and we're going to compress this, make sure it's locked and safe. So this sucker comes out, it's going to shoot like a boomerang in your face and maybe take your face off. No joke. So be careful, be cautious, don't mess around with this. I haven't gone through the kit yet. We're going to open that up. This right here, I don't need to disassemble any of this. We're not using it. So we'll just access the 4 bolts back here, undo that, pop this whole thing off, set it in the drum, and that's it. And then I've got cotter pins here. We're going to get the breakaway tool and remove this rod end. And then this we're most likely probably going to retain and use. Like I said, I haven't been in the kit yet. We're going to find out. About ready to find out. So, why don't you pause for a moment? I'm going to go get me some tools. Now they got me some tools. Let's go ahead and start removing this.
Hey Jim, where's your gloves?
Gloves? Gloves are for girly men. Nah. I just never have a habit of using gloves. I guess I like washing, huh? Looks like they got a double nut on here or something. So, yes they do. And there we go. So we're going to remove this rod out of the way. I got another bolt on the bottom. And then I can access these straight on. I've already sprayed it with some vehicles like this. You're going to need to, this is your friend. Penetrating lube. So we'll go ahead and next we're going to loosen this guy here. They just got every size imaginable. Yep, smaller. It is a 13/16 or 11/16. Probably gonna need a wrench up here to hold that. Yeah, there she is. And again, rust. That's the thing, when there's a lot of buildup, sockets don't just fit over. Works. And now that's stuck. Jeez. Screw that back on there and then pop that off. Come on. Bro! Come on! Are you kidding me? Wow. You think that was metal, you know? One more. Whole car's like that. Sure, might just need to change out. 3 days later. With the old and soon to be with the new. Sorry, I know you swept up the floor.
I actually vacuumed it, but
Yo,
same.
Andy, what you need? Gotta look at something? Oh, no. No way. You're killing me, Larry. I'm gonna need a little more persuasion. Don't you go away, I'll be right back. What the hell? You're almost like welded on. That one's better. These two front ones have signs of grease. It's usually a good sign that they'll come out easy. Like I said, usually a good sign. I got it to turn. Don't forget, these things have probably been sitting in here since 1963, November, whenever this car was sold. Yeah, you didn't think about that, huh? It's a 64 Fairlane, but this car, like anything else, was sold like the year prior. That was fairly a new bolt. Look at that, just gone, broke away. You could see where it broke. It wasn't cut. There you go. That. Whew. Yeah, look at that. Check that shit out. It just goes to show you what condition this car's in. All right, so like I said, I'm gonna undo these 4 bolts here. See if I can turn that. Oh yeah. I'm like, hey, that's a little loose. Durr. We got rid of the support bar. So I'll undo this over here. This whole leg will drop. Remove the clip, undo the castle nut, and get my tool in here, the breaker bar, break that, and this whole thing will come down. But before I do that, I gotta disconnect the brake line. So I'm not even gonna unbolt this. We're just gonna leave this alone, okay? So probably could have kept that on there too, the drum, but it wasn't too much to take it off, and it's like half the weight. So, and then our sway bar will hold the assembly in. So unless you want to be Arnold, you know, I guess if you like slinging weight, let's get the cotter pin out. And I love how they don't clock this. We've got this cotter pin aimed toward the inside here, up against the spindle, just making it a little harder accessibility. Okay. All right, so castle nut. Let's see if we're the same size. Oh yeah, figures. That's the one that's stuck. Okay. So, where's that bar at? Screw that back on there. Amazing. Came right off. All right, so let's see. Yep, we need bigger. There you go. I don't think I'll get the gun in here. Wow. I wasn't expecting that. That thing's loose. All right, so we're gonna leave this on the last couple, 3 threads. So that way when you break and separate this from the ball joint, it just doesn't fall on the floor. You probably already know this is an impact gun. What I like to do is put a little grease on the tip here because they end up getting banged up. So we come in here. And if you're careful about the grease cover, the boot, that's fine. Bam, she's off. Just like that. Now we're going to remove that bolt, and this whole assembly is going to come down right after we undo the brake line and the ball link over here. We rod in. And then we get to go over to the driver's side and do it all over again. But as soon as I'm done getting this out, we're going to take a look at this. Fetch a brake line tool, get that off, and remove that bolt, and this guy's out. Same as the top. Yep. Turning up here. Yep. Let's go ahead and oil this up, season it. How do you like your bolts? Extra crispy? It's always the last one that's the tough one, huh? Come on. Are you kidding me? Come on, come on. There we go. Let's go. Ooh, hot potato. All right, that's done. Yeah, she was smoking there. All right, so this guy's out. And we'll file that over there. All right, so what do we got? We got a cross member back here that's in our way. It's gonna hit. This is stupid. They should have come in this way. I don't know how they got it. They probably put this in before the cross member. I hate to have to remove that entire cross member just for that. And I think we got lucky. Look at that. So, brake line's done, but it's C-clipped, so I need to remove the clip. And we're not going to use this, so God, it's always something. There it is right there. Just need to get a screwdriver in there. Yeah, there she comes. She's out. All right, so there's our line. Now She's out. Yeah. What I gotta do is support this. Yeah, I'm glad I took off the drum. All right. So this will get filed over here. Like I said, we get to do the other side and come in here. This is the last thing left. You got the shock. You got this over here, this bump stock. This just chewed up tremendously. The new system might have something. I don't need to take the upper ball joint off because it's a whole upper-lower conversion kit for the A-arms. And I'm not sure if it reuses this, but again, I have to collapse this. And I might have all this crap around here. I might have to take off this shell. You see that? And I've got to fight with I'm going to have to get a torch, heat this up. Be careful. Have like a water hose or a spray bottle aside. I need to heat that up, scrape all this gunk off, the undercoating, and this goes way back. And then I have to probably have somebody lower this and get a wrench from the back side so I can undo all these bolts, get that out of the way to better access that. So for now, I'm going to zap them all, let them soak. If you have some shop sand, go ahead and set it down on the ground. Wow, there's one nut missing. There we go. All right, create the mess here. All right, hey, welcome back to American Garage TV. As you see, we're still working on our 64 Fairlane. Want to come in here. We got it all cleaned and prepped for our Raptor coating that we're about ready to spray. A lot of cleaning, just debris and crap all over the floor. Just years of debris. And over here, this is our CCP. This is our conversion front end suspension along with our disc brake upgrade by Leeds. So we're going to start with the kit. Let's open this up and see what we got. We got wrapping paper. Oh, looks like somebody got in here. All right, these are the upper control arms. Okay, and this is a bolt-on for, I think it's 60 through 64 Fairlanes. I think it might be 61 through 64, perhaps. But anyways, this is, again, by CPP. Yeah, that's it. We'll go file this box over yonder. And these are just our upper control arms. But this is the upgrade suspension kit. And it's more traditional upper and lower. We're not sure yet if we buy new springs or use and restore the originals. We see it has a pocket for that. And it may or may not retain the original shock. So again, beautiful piece. Okay, and this is meant to bolt right in. I think there's a bracket that comes in this kit. This is the lowers, and here it is. Oh, bolts on. Probably the, oh, this is in the front. Okay, so that's what's going on. So what I mean by a more traditional style is it's got a lower A-arm opposed to that single lower arm, and then you had that tie rod support, just like a Mustang that come left hand, right hand, and you got the grommets in front, and they went right here to both sides, and that's what helps to support the lower A-arm from moving back on you. Okay, so now, and we've got everything cleaned and chased. All our threads are ready to go. Yes, it's our hardware. That's the lower. So you can see here, it's more like a traditional lower A-arm where it mounts at two locations opposed to just in the center, and there's a rod to support that. So that's our lower. We set these over here. That's our hardware kit. And again, thanks, hats off to Van at CPP for supplying us. Known him for years. Good person. He acts like he knows what he's talking about. No, he does. He knows his stuff. I'm joking. Really good people, down to earth. And hey, don't forget, you owe me that $50, man, for supporting me. Anyways, seriously. And he knows his stuff. He's been there for years. I've been shopping there, my God, the last 30 years or so. And that's it for the kit. So, our uppers, our lowers, our brackets that go in front, we're going to provide all new hardware. Whatever this doesn't have, but it looks like it's got everything. And we're going to go ahead and raptor coat that. And once that raptor coat dries, we're ready to go ahead and start installing this. So don't you go away. We're going to start wrapping that in a minute. All right. Now, we're, like I said, we're going to go ahead and start our raptor coating. There's a mixture kit. This one's more simple. It's a small job. It's a 2K. What it is 2 parts. You're going to take the red knob under this label, put it on the bottom. You're going to push down firmly for a few seconds and then shake it up real good. What that's going to do is release the hardener. Previous to that, we've got a Clean Prep by Eastwood, or Prep All, anything, but this is an aerosol. What we did is we sprayed and we saturated the entire area, and then we blew it off. Okay, that's our degreaser. And then we're going to spray it with our adhesion promoter. And then, like I said, after it's all shook up, we're going to be spraying it with this product here, which is an aerosol 2K. It's called our Raptor. It's an undercoating. It's great stuff. We use it a lot here at the shop. Just to let you know, and you'll see later, this kit, we're going to reuse some of the, like where the rod was, the bracket, and then also the shell for the mount for the where the lower original used to be. We're going to show you that. We're refurbishing, we're media blasting them. We're going to prime and paint like a semi-gloss. We don't need to go full gloss. And that is where this point here, and in the front with the bracket, as I said, they give you, that's what's going to mount this new lower. It's going to look really nice. It's a nice system. You're going to have camber, caster, and again, just your toe. It's going to be great compared to the original 1964 design. We're also going to be media blasting and painting and reusing our spindles. We just have to dismantle them from the original drum brakes. So without further ado, we've already sprayed our waxed. We've already got our adhesion promoter on. Now we're going to mix up our 2K and start laying it down. Oh, they got 2 of them there, huh? And then having to put up a fight, huh? All right. So we got 1 for each side. Okay, you're gonna pop that on there, and then push down, and you got to push down pretty good because you're gonna feel that pop in. Okay, so you want to make sure you're all the way. You could probably put the cap on if you want. Grab it here, and you'll feel that. And like I said, it's been a few seconds. Gonna shake this up, get that little ball around, and mix up the hardener along with the product. Start shooting. Andy, why don't you grab me that piece of cardboard in there in the trash can behind you? I'm going to use that as a splatter shield. All right. Hey, your mustache is looking a little gray. Let me fix that for you. Oh, that's so we can reuse it the next time. All right, come on in here, and we're going to get started. Now, you see here, somebody has welded, it had frame damage. On the other side, there is a big old Frankenstein-like seam. On the flip side, that was replaced. And their splash guards are shot. They're gone. They don't even exist. That's it. And the reason why we took the time to scrub and clean is because we didn't want to spray this product and waste it on top of existing loose undercoating from 1964. What's the purpose? That'll just fall off. Just little spurts. Pull that out of my way. Just like that. Get in everywhere. You don't have to spray this on too thick. If you put it on too thick, then chances are it'll just crack off. Got the light up there. Nope. Get all in around, because that's where our new upper A-arms are going to go back into in the stock position. Almost out. All right, we're gonna let that sit for a few minutes. It's almost out, and get this light out of here. I gotta get that up there. We'll let that sit for a few. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna jump to the other side and do that. And once I start that, I'll fall back, mix up the other can, and I've got this over here to do. Tie that in. Look at all that rust over the years. They also had a big old stitching weld over here. The cross member had broke. Somehow this thing broke into two or something. A lot's happened in, you know, since 1964, you know?
Yeah.
All right, so while I'm finishing things up, why don't you go take a break? We'll have this done, and as soon as it's dry, we're going to start putting in our new front suspension and those lead brake conversion disc brakes with a dual reservoir opposed to the single original. Because if you go out on one corner, one of the slave cylinders goes out on you and leaks severely, you're basically out of brakes. You're contingent on the brake. I believe this one has a typical Ford brake lever, and nobody's as strong with their forearm compared to their foot. So, which is why they upgraded and put in a foot brake as far as the e-brake's concerned, the emergency. So, without further ado, we're going to do all that. Now, this is not going to be a power system. That's something you can incorporate later, but then you have to change the master because the bore and the stroke have to coincide with your front, rear. In this case, we're going disc front, drum rear. We're going to rebuild those, but also for a power assist. But that bore and stuff is very important. If you don't know anything about that, be sure and contact your supplier. Get a hold of a good tech that knows what he's talking about, knows his product, and get you the right information that you're going to need. Typically on this, a 1-inch bore respect to a front disc to an original drum is sufficient enough. All right, we'll hook up with you in a bit.